Hey up church family, it's Sarah here, and it's already time to start thinking about Father's Day. The time to submit your video tributes is now. We've created a Google form where you can easily upload your video. Simply go to upchurch.org/announcements to find it. We want to make this Father's Day the best one yet. We can't wait to see all your touching tributes to the father and father figures in your life. Thank you so much in advance for your contributions, and God bless.
Hey up church family, I have two announcements for you from the spiritual education team. The first is that we are open for classes. Our summer semester has started and you are invited. It's not too late to register and join our classes. We have Basic Truth Principles 2 and we have Bible 5. Those are the two classes being taught this semester. Bible 5 takes place on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific. It's led by John Downey. It is a dynamic course. It's a metaphysical study of the Gospels. The four Gospels. So I want you to go ahead and you'll be so enriched by this depth of study. And then secondly, you can join me on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. for Lessons in Truth. It's a Basic Truth Principles course and it is amazing. The material that we're working with is Lessons in Truth by H. Emily Katie. You're going to enjoy it. Go ahead and enroll today. It's not too late to join. All of these classes are held virtually, so you can take them from the comfort of your own home. I look forward to seeing you in one of our classes. Now, my second announcement is about honoring our students. We have Student Award Day coming up on the fourth Sunday this month. Now, the fourth Sunday is going to be our in-person Sunday service. And so we're going to get to cheer and yell for our young students who are crossing the stage, who will be honored by their parents for the hard work they've done this summer. Parents, I need you to send in those acknowledgments so that we can create an amazing award. I want you to upload your tribute videos for your students because we're going to make it so special like we do each and every year. Now, for my adult learners, you may have had an accomplishment this year. You may have had an academic success. Maybe you finished a program, got a certificate. We want to honor you at our graduation Student Award Day. So I want to invite you to fill out the form as well. We are acknowledging all of our learners, all of our people who are growing and seeking more wisdom and meeting these amazing milestones in their lives. We want to honor you. We just need to know what you've accomplished, what you want to celebrate. So there's a link that you can get to in our announcements, and it is also in our at upchurch.org. Just go to upchurch.org and you can find the information you need to upload your tribute. Don't delay. Don't delay. Take action today. We want to honor you. We want to celebrate you. We want to see you for the growth, for the enthusiasm, for the newness that you are bringing into expression. Looking forward to celebrating you on the fourth Sunday of June, our in-person service, Student Award Day. See you there.
Good afternoon, Up Church. I hope you're keeping your faith at these hard times you're in right now. And remember, God is with you and He always will be. Let's worship. I can see waters raging at my feet. I can feel the breath of those surrounding me. I can hear the sound of nations rising up. We will not be overtaken. We will not be overcome. I can walk down this dark and painful road. I can face every fear of the unknown. I can hear all God's children singing out. We will not be overtaken. We will not be overcome. Same power that rose Jesus from the grave, same power that commands the dead to wake, lives in us, lives in us. can calm a raging sea, lives in us, lives in us. He lives in us, He lives in us. Oh, we have hope that His promises are true in His strength. There is nothing we can do. Yes, we know there are greater things in store. We will not be overtaken. We will not be overcome. The same power that rose Jesus from the grave, the same power that commands the dead to wake, lives in us, lives in us. Oh, same power that moves mountains when He speaks, the same power that can calm a raging sea, lives in us, lives in us. He lives in us, He lives in us. The same power that rose Jesus from the grave, oh, the same power that commands the dead to wake, lives in us, lives in us. Oh, the same power that moves mountains when He speaks, the same power that can calm a raging sea, lives in us, lives in us. He lives in us, 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 He lives in us. He, my God, lives. Oh, in us.
Thank you, worship team. Thank you so much. Well, family, as you can tell by my shirt, it is UFBL Sunday. And I want to welcome you in through our virtual doors. I'm so grateful that you are here, that you chose to spend this time with us. Now, a couple of housekeeping things. If you are with us for the first time, or if you haven't done it already, go ahead and hit subscribe. I looked recently and we were at 5990. 59 at 5,990 subscribers. We literally need 10 more subscribers in order to cross that 6,000 mark. I know that we can finish the end of this service with those 10 people, because it's at least 10 of you that haven't hit subscribe on youtube.com/UpChurchLA. So I want to encourage you to go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you are with us on Facebook, I ask that you also like our page, facebook.com/UpChurch. Go ahead, like our page, share this service with someone, find this video particularly, and leave us a comment. Thank you for helping us to get this message out. We deeply, deeply appreciate that. All right, this is a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm excited for what we have in store for you. Let's take a moment right now to open today's service in prayer. Would you pray with me? Father, Mother, God, we thank you for a tremendous service. We thank you for the newness that is happening in this moment. As we celebrate the 48th year of the Universal Foundation for Better Living, we just say yes, God, to more good for this organization and for the churches that are carrying forward, the churches, the centers, the study groups that are carrying forward this message of radical oneness with God, of radical oneness with all life, of love and appreciation and recognition of the divine nature in all people. I thank you for the perpetuation of this message. I thank you for the perpetuation of this good news. We are taking this gospel to the world, that all people are divine, that all people are emanations of the one power and the one presence. I thank you, God, for multiplying our efforts. We're sowing the seed, but Spirit, you are multiplying the effort. I bless this service to give each person what it is that they need. I bless each person to have the ears and the heart and the mind to receive what God has for them. Let today be as miraculous as it can be. Let us each be open to the miracles that are available to us. Miracles in the form of perfect health. Miracles in the form of perfect wealth. Miracles in the form of perfect happiness. There is enough for each one of us. There is power available for each one of us. And Spirit, as we declare Freedom Summer, as we declare freedom from the self-imposed prisons that we have put ourselves in, we thank you for the transformation that is happening in us, as us, and through us. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this service. Thank you, God. I pray this prayer in the name, in the nature, in the consciousness of I am. This prayer is so, and so it is. This is going to be a great Sunday. We have such an incredible service planned for you. I want to start by letting you know just a little bit about Understanding Principles, who we are, what we're about. We were founded in April 1986, and so you're a part of a tradition that has been going strong since the late 80s. And I am honored to serve in the role of senior minister for this incredible, growing global community of spiritual seekers. We are headquartered in Los Angeles, California. Our vision is to love every person up to their true identity and to their highest potential for the greater good of all. We are on a mission to express God's divine love through teaching spiritual principles, worship services, fellowship activities, and community outreach. What makes today so wonderful is that it's UFBL Day, so we're celebrating our the organization that's like our spiritual covering. You know, we're a member church in the Universal Foundation for Better Living. Every year on this particular Sunday, the second Sunday of June, we celebrate the founding of the Universal Foundation for Better Living. We are a movement that came out of the Unity movement, and many of you are familiar with the Unity churches. And we were founded by the Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman in Chicago, Illinois. Our founder, Reverend Della Reese, was the best friend, or one of the best friends of Dr. Johnny Coleman, and she founded the church here in Los Angeles, California. So this is a rich tradition that you are a part of. The other thing that's happening today that is wonderful is that you're getting ready to hear a new voice. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that right before the sermon. But we are witnessing the sermon debut from our very own Mr. John Downey. And this is an honor. And his sermon is entitled, "It's All About You." And as you know, we are working with the text, "The Perfect Power Within You." The perfect power within you. And so the book is available on Amazon. There are daily emails that go out because we're working each day with a statement of truth from the text, and you get those via email. And so if you are interested in being on that email list and you're not already receiving those emails, make sure you send me an email at revsherry@upchurch.org. Let me know that you didn't get the email and that you would like to be on the email list. And what we're working with is so simple. It's just you working with a statement, reading it. You see, we are in this change process. Our theme this year is reconnect, reset, and reaffirm. This summer is Freedom Summer, and we're hitting the reset button. We're hitting the reset button on life. And we are together remaking our lives. We're remaking them in the way that we would like to see them expressed, not simply how life has handed it to us based on where we were born or where we were raised or who we were raised with or what we were taught. We are taking the reins of life in our own hands and choosing what we want the rest of our lives to look like. So I am so excited. I know John has a powerful word for us, and I cannot wait to receive it. This is going to be a remarkable Sunday. I'm going to pass the baton right now to Reverend Sheree Thompson, and let's have an absolutely amazing service.
Good afternoon, Up Church. This is Reverend Sheree here to say hello. Welcome. We are so grateful that you are here worshiping with us today. I want you to know that this is a loving, uplifting community. We really do endeavor to see the Christ in each and every one of us, right? That's one of the things that we do. That's how we love you up to your true potential. So I want you to know that if you're worshiping with us for the first time, or if you're just a visitor, you've been maybe here a few times, I want you to open up your ears today. I want you to listen. I want to know if you hear something that really rocks your world, if you hear something that makes you really I feel at home here. I want to plant and grow spiritually. Get up off the couch, get up off of the sidelines, and get into the game. Come on and let us know you're interested. All that you need to do is email us at upchurch@upchurch.org. Just let us know you're interested, and we will give you all the information you need to make an informed decision, because we believe that you need to understand the ministry before you join. So I want to encourage you to go ahead and take that step and email us at upchurch@upchurch.org. Now, who are we worshiping with today? We are, again, I said, an uplifting community, and we see each other for who we really are. A very powerful practice we have is to have our fellowship moment by acknowledging our spiritual name. So all that you do is take I am and put it with the quality of God. I want you to put that in the chat. I want you to add it to the comments. I want you to speak it out loud. Tell me your spiritual name. Just take I am and put it with a quality of God. Choose a quality that you want to see more of in your life, world, and affairs. I'll go first. I am love. What's your spiritual name? Tell us and let us know so we can see you for who you really are. Oh, I love to see that popping into the chat. I love when you recognize who you really are and have the audacity to proclaim it. Go ahead and fellowship with one another that way. See each other. And when you see someone else put in who they are, I want you to say, yes, God. Yes, I see you. I want you to recognize, because we see each other sometimes for our faults, for the things that we didn't do excellent, or how we didn't show up the way that we wanted to show up. But I want us to see each other for who we really are. So go ahead and play along, have a good time, and wear that name badge all day. Walk around feeling like who you really are. Let's do that all day. Coming up next is our daily inspiration. I want you to open yourself up to hear these powerful words, and I'll be back with you for the affirmation of power. See you in a minute.
Good afternoon, Up Church, and happy UFBL Day. Today's daily inspiration is titled, The Common Good. When we think more of the common good than we do of our own individual good, not only is our individual food fulfilled, but we discover why we are here, our reason for being. Our own well-being demands that we live in a community way. We cannot live unto ourselves. All the greatness within ourself is meant to go somewhere, out into expression that blesses others. We are not here to just get, but also to give. What comes to us automatically corresponds to what goes out from us. We each have a job to do, and there is no distinction between the kinds of services that are given by us all. The world needs nurses, doctors, teachers, ministers, politicians, actors, writers, caretakers of home and children, etc. When the motivation is service, we are free of anger, fear, or doubt because the law of our being takes care of the details. Today we salute the Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman, who said yes to God in founding the Universal Foundation for Better Living, a teaching vehicle for better living. God's message: guard my common good, do what's right, and do it in the right way. Isaiah chapter 56, verse 1.
Hey up, church family, it is time for our affirmation of power. Now we are taking these affirmations of power from our series text, The Perfect Power Within You. So if you are a part of Dream Summer, you know what these inspirations do, that we have each and every day of the week, there's a different inspiration. And so I'm going to preface the one that is on tap for us tomorrow. This is the affirmation of power. It's going to come up on the screen. Let's affirm it together. I choose perfect health. My body is the temple of the living God, and the Spirit of God dwells in me. The perfect power within me knows how to make my body function perfectly. As I choose wholeness in mind and body, I am made every whit whole. I thank God for radiant health in every cell, tissue, and organ of my body, and so it is. You know what? We're all claiming perfect radiant health. Let's take that affirmation one more time together. I choose perfect health. My body is the temple of the living God, and the Spirit of God dwells in me. The perfect power within me knows how to make my body function perfectly. As I choose wholeness in mind and body, I am made every whit whole. I thank God for radiant health in every cell, tissue, and organ of my body. And so it is. Amen and ashe. So we can work with these. Every single day you get another powerful affirmation. Reverend Sherri is emailing the affirmations to you. All that you need to do is write them out. At minimum, read them when they come into the email, but write them out. And if you're not on our email list, go ahead and subscribe today. We're going to put the link in our show notes, and it also will be in the chat. So go into the chat and you can grab the link to subscribe to our newsletter, and you'll get these inspirations every day. So I trust that you are enjoying Dream Summer, and I look forward to seeing you and being with you next week. God bless you real good. Open up your ears and get ready, because it's going to be an amazing lesson sermon. Enjoy.
Let's dance, get up. Oh.
It is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to this speaker. Now, of course, you guys know him. He is John Downey. He is one of our licensed spiritual teachers. He has been a part of the ministry here for more than 20 plus years. He has been a student of Reverend Della. We were there in that last decade where she taught in her home there every Wednesday night, learning from her. When Franklin Lett decided to find someone else to manage the prayer claim call that he started that came out of that class, John Downey raised his hand, and every Saturday either he or someone that he designates manages, but mainly him, manages that prayer claim call. And there have been so many miracles and testimonies that have come out of that experience. If you haven't already been a part of it, I want to encourage you to be a part of it. Now, we are in lesson 2 for this chapter and this book, and the chapter is all about choices. And so I just want to remind you that this is Freedom Summer, and the way that we're working through this is that every Sunday there is a lesson that's being presented. We're on lesson 2. And then every day, starting the Monday, we work with statement 1 all the way to the following Sunday. So for example, the email that you got today was for lesson 1, statement 7. So tomorrow you'll get lesson 2, statement 1, and then Tuesday you'll get lesson 2, statement 2, and so forth. And so what we're giving you, these are the basic instructions for driving this vehicle called you. And it's so simple, it's so easy. It's literally just working with the statement, just taking time with the note card and writing out the statement on a note card, carrying it with you, and then bringing it out. There's something that it just begins this transformation process in you. And I want to stress, don't overthink it. It may feel like nothing is happening. Don't worry, something is happening. And so what we're doing is this small incremental change. Quantum leaps don't happen in a day. Permanent change is about those small incremental steps. All you have to do is show up every day and read the statement, even if the only action you take is to read the statement in the email that is sent. All right. I'm going to pass the baton to my friend, my colleague, Mr. John Downey.
Good afternoon, Up Church. I love you, Up Church, and I sure do appreciate you being here. Welcome to the house that John built. We're going to get to that in a minute. So today, we are here to talk about the perfect power within you. I hope you have been reading the book. I hope you have been doing the work. But guess what? If you haven't, that's not my fault. That's your fault. Because it's all about what you do and what you choose. And what I choose to do is become one with God. Right here and right now. So this is about you today. This is about your life today. And I'm here to tell you that the UFBL, the Universal Foundation for Better Living Church, the foundation is here to support you on the journey and the choices that you make this day. To know that what you chose yesterday became today. What you choose right now is going to be your now. And whatever seeds you plant will be the crops that you harvest tomorrow. And I'm going to support it with this scripture, and that is that you did not choose me, but I chose you. That you would bear fruit, and that your fruit would remain. And that whatever you ask in my name, the Father, God, principle, whatever you want to call it, can be yours. Isn't that a wonderful thing? All right, so let us start with a demonstration, as I always like to do in the work that I do. Because this is a practical Christianity, and guess what? If you are not practicing and working the principle, it is just words. And words without action is dead. So today we move into action and we choose a new life, we choose a new direction, we choose a new way, and it's all about you and your choice. So I want to tell you a story about me. So when I first moved to Los Angeles, I didn't really Oh, my light went out. I didn't really know Los Angeles, but I fell into a house in Bel Air. It was a guest house. It was a friend of mine's house. And what was so exciting about the house is it was right down the street from Reverend Della's house. And the way she talked about Bel Air, it was like it was the promised land. And I love my little cottage in Bel Air. But one day, a friend of mine said, will you come and move into my guest house? It had a spa tub and a dual vanity and a pool. And it was fully furnished and it cost the exact same amount. And it was even bigger than my space in Bel Air. So I packed my bags and I went to Burbank. But I always missed being in Bel Air. So when my friend decided that it was time to sell her house, I started looking all over Los Angeles, trying to figure out how can I get back to Bel Air. And so I looked at a lot of places on the west side, and I found a place that I really, really liked on Bentley, and all of a sudden, I was having a problem with the realtor, and I didn't know what to do. I had stayed in prayer, but still, I didn't know what to do. But the perfect power within me did know what to do. And so the place on Bentley didn't work out, so I picked up my binder and out fell this piece of paper and it hit the floor, and I picked it up and I said, well, I guess this is the place that the Father wants me to look at. So I called up the lady. I've been getting really good with the real estate people. I called up the lady and I said, hey, when can you show me the place? And she said, you can just show it to yourself. And I said, well, what's the code? And she said, it's unlocked. That should have been my key to understand that this place was unlocked. It had to be a safe neighborhood. So I get in my car and I drive over, and I wasn't that impressed with this street. You know, there were 2 gas stations, and the sidewalk pavement was uneven, and there were all these workers everywhere. But I had a vision in my head of what I wanted when I found my place. I wanted a place with a lot of light, a patio, a fireplace, and a walk-in closet where I could put all the wardrobe from all the shows that I'd been in and all the shows that I was going to be in. And so I tiptoed up to the door and I went to open it and I fell into the space. And I was like in the middle of this room, in this very room, right now, right here. And all I saw was white walls, crown molding, floor to ceiling, windows, light beaming everywhere. In the middle of this room, right over there, was a brick fireplace. I was in awe, and as I turned my head, I went, oh, and there's the closet. The closet for all the wardrobe. I knew I was home. But I was sad, because as far as I knew, it wasn't Bel Air. You know, and we're never satisfied unless we get exactly what we asked for, right? So I call up the lady and say, hey, I'm ready to go. I'll sign the contracts. Let me come pick up the keys. Let me bring you the money. And I went off to Santa Monica and did all that. In my car, I had some artwork and some plants so that I would bring my spirit and my essence to this place. And then this is where the perfect power within you comes into action. As I drove onto the street, woe is me. Sad that I wasn't moving to Bel Air, I look up and I see fence, gated, black, stone tablets, Bel Air. And I was home. The perfect power within you, God will bring you to exactly what you asked for. So you must be careful what you ask for when you plant in divine mind. So, as a representative of the UFBL and the Universal Foundation for Better Living Church, I'm here to celebrate UFBL Day with you. So I want to take you through a timeline that's just a little bit different than you may know. And it goes back 70 years. There's a 32-year-old teacher living in Chicago who gets a diagnosis. And in this diagnosis, she is told that it's dire and that her life is going to end. You may know her name, Johnny Coleman. And that was in 1952, mid-30s. So her mother hands her a book very similar to this book that we call The Daily Inspiration. It was a publication of Unity. And in it said, health is your birthright. That you don't have to be sick. That you are God's child in whom he is well pleased. So Johnny made a choice for health. Johnny made a choice for healing. And then Johnny made a choice for life. Over the next 18 years, despite some of the same struggles that we go through today, racial inequality, gender inequality, Johnny rose up as a woman in the ranks of unity to having the biggest megachurch in Chicago. But when God gives you a vision that is larger than you, eventually there comes a time when you have to do God's work in the world. And so in 1974, Johnny founded and broke away from unity the Universal Foundation for Better Living Church 48 years ago. Not only did she get land, she built CUT, Christ Universal Temple, and the foundation was born. 5 years later, Reverend Della, living her life in Los Angeles, goes to Chicago. She's a crossover artist, and Borden's has an idea, and they want her for a product. She goes there, and she meets a man. You might have heard of him. His name is Franklin Lett, and he was a member of Johnny's church. So what does he do? A good Christian man brings a lady to the church on a date. And what happens? Johnny transforms Della. That she hears this word, this teaching that you can have as far as you can see. You can be all that you want to be. But it's your life and it's the choices that you make that determine what is going to happen for you. And so Della is so enamored with this teaching that she decides that she has to study. So she does, and she goes to school, and there's a correspondence thing going on. She's back in Los Angeles, and Buddy is now her friend. That's Johnny. And she becomes a licensed teacher. And around her kitchen table, which many of you are familiar with, she has formed this little group of people. And she keeps praying and asking the perfect power within her for the minister. And the perfect power within her says, guess what, sister? You are the minister. So what does she do? She goes back to Chicago. She goes back to school. She studies to show herself approved, and guess what happens? In 1986, she is licensed and ordained as a UFBL minister, and Understanding Principles for Better Living Church is born, a member church of the UFBL. Simultaneously, in Virginia, a young man sets his sights on Broadway. He sets his sights on the television industry, knowing nothing more that God and I do the work. And he goes off to New York and to school and studies. Della, meanwhile, is back in Los Angeles, and she's up churches growing and moving and ebbing. And so she starts to use the principles that she knows, talking to God and saying, Father, I need to go to work. I need to bring the money back for the church. I want to be back on television. She literally looks at CBS, the television, and says, you need me. And in 1994, at the age of 65, and see, this is very important that you understand this. Johnny 33, me 19, Della 64. Seed planting happens at every instance of your life. And so at the age of 64, she gets an offer. Now, she's a minister in Los Angeles, but now she's asked that God put her voice back in the streets, and guess what? They put her on TV, and now everybody thinks she's a minister, but they think she's acting. But in reality, guess what? She is really a real minister in real life, and now she's on network TV, a top 10 show. In fact, by the time I walked into the church in January of 1997, 14 million people a week were watching this church. And how did I get here? It wasn't quite the perfect power within me. I, too, went on a date. That there was a young person at my office who said, I think we should go to a gospel church on Sunday. And I was like, okay. I'd never been to a church outside of a Catholic church, so I really didn't know what that meant. But we went around the office and we started asking everybody. And we got all the usual suspects. Agape, Oasis Rising, West Angeles. And then this one coworker said, I go to Della Reese's church. And I went, bingo! I heard the voice in my head. See, the thing is, the only thing I knew about Della at that point, I wasn't even interested in Touched by an Angel. I had no idea what it was. But I remember that there was a movie that came to my office. I used to work at a library. And we rented movies to the public. And Harlem Nights came in, and my boss was less than impressed. She knew who Della was, and this was her analysis of the situation. Della Reese, calling herself a minister, cursing like the preacher on Harlem Nights. And I was like, whoa, I got to go to that church, because if that lady was in that movie, that is the church for me. This sinner is going to be in the front row. So I went to UPCHURCH that Sunday, ready to groove with the music and just kind of check things out, and God smacked me. The perfect power within me spoke to me so loud that day, because Della was up on that platform at the Ionic Masonic Temple, and she was giving us modern day parables. She was taking the contract, which is the Bible, but the contract is what she called it, and she was explaining how she was using these principles to better her life, to better her choices, to confront the things in front of her that just did not work. And I was so enamored, and I said, I can have as far as I can see. I can be all that I want to be. And I started to put into action myself. I literally spoke out. That's where you start with the choices that you make. You speak the word. It becomes a living thing. I spoke Bel Air back into my life. And I spoke out. I said, I want to get back on stage, Father. I want you to use my voice. And before I knew it, 6 months later, I was starring in Jesus Christ Superstar, and spent the next 18 years getting credit beyond credit beyond credit, being written up by Broadway World, the Los Angeles Times, awards from the Kennedy Center, being the musical theater go-to tenor in Los Angeles while I was working full-time in film and television. Hello? The perfect power within you will allow you to do anything, be anything, go anywhere, see anything. I was on the red carpet. I was in the front row. My name was being called as a nominee. Hello? But you got to do the work. It's about the choices you made. It's about the choices you are making. It's about the seeds that you are planting. So how do you choose a new life? Your tomorrow depends on the very choices that you make this day. Your life, your world, and your affairs are a reflection of your mental state, what you think, what you say, what you feel, how you act, and how you react. Let me ask you the question that Reverend Sheila asked us in Toronto. Would you let a maniac drive your car? Then why are you letting the 5-year-old inside of you run your finances? Hello, John. Yeah. He got a hold of all my credit cards, and you can only imagine what happened. So I have some questions for you first. Is this choice a good choice for me? Is this choice a good choice for others? Can I accept it freely? Do I believe it? See, nothing is going to happen in your life unless you believe it. Remember, a double-minded, hello, and you cannot waver. It is done unto you as you believe. If you belittle yourself, if you say, I'm fat, I'm broke, I'm tired, guess what? The perfect power within you goes, hey, let's give her some more of that. So this day, I want you to choose perfect health. This day, I want you to choose success. This day, I want you to choose love and to be loved. I want you to choose peace, and I want you to know what that means for you. I want you to choose the perfect means to allow money to flow through your life. And as Tommy has told me, John, that does not mean you are going to work 3 jobs. God doesn't need you to work a single job to give you money. All you have to do is ask. Remember, you did not choose me. I chose you. That you would bear fruit and that your fruit should remain. That whatever you ask in my name, the Father, shall be yours. I choose a new life right here, right now, in this moment. It works if you work it. Did Johnny Coleman not say it? She also said something else that I found was very fascinating. I have to read it to you exactly because I don't want to get her words wrong. When it comes to your health, God knows nothing of arthritis, diabetes, cancer, tuberculosis, or AIDS. I want you to resolve this moment to choose health. I want you to resolve this moment to see these things as illusions and live perfectly. You know what Della did when she got her diagnosis? She talked about that diabetes was attacking her body. It was not in control in her body. God and I are a majority in this vessel. I can have as far as I can see. I can be all I want to be. So today, and it all begins with you right now, in this very moment, in this very room. So I'm issuing you a challenge before we wrap up this sermon, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got something from it. So in choosing your new life, in knowing that there is a foundation out there for you, I'm asking you, if you are not already a subscriber, to subscribe to the Daily Inspiration, the print or the electronic edition. And if you need to know how to get these and you haven't been able to get them through the church, I want you to write me, john@upchurch.org. Why is this booklet so important to the foundation? Because guess what? It funds the foundation. And I didn't know that until I became a board member of the UFBL. I'm also asking if you feel so moved to donate at least $48 to the foundation. Can you imagine if we all donated $48 to the Universal Foundation for Better Living today on Founders Day? We as a community would raise over $5,000. And here's the crazy part, that because the foundation ties back to the member churches, we would get $500 of that back. Hello! It works if you work it. What else does the foundation offer you? So there's the Johnny Coleman Theological Seminary, through which I am a licensed teacher and I'm entering the ministerial program. So it is the teaching arm of this amazing, amazing ministry. There's the Daily Inspiration that I've mentioned. There's happy hours every fourth Friday of the month. And there's this other thing, I'm going to try to pronounce it right. I'm really going to try. Colloquiums. And they're great opportunities where great speakers come together that you can access from your home. I think it costs all of $50. The last one featured one of our members. They're Bible-based. They look at the Bible for what stuff means. And guess what they analyzed last week? Reparations. So we are using the text to broaden our minds. It's about the choices that we make today that give us the abundant future. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey today. Please read the book. Please do your exercises. Choose perfect health. Choose success. Choose love. Choose peace of mind. Choose the perfect power within you and put it to work this day. God bless you. Stay in the light. Be the light.
How many of y'all ready for your freedom? I know you can taste it.
Oh, yeah.
I only looking for that joy, for that love, that freedom you got. Come on, hey.
Step into the joy of the Lord. 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 the joy of the Lord. Joy of the Lord. This is the freedom. This is the freedom I've been waiting for. This is the freedom. This is the freedom of the Lord. Yeah. This is the freedom I've been waiting for. It's the freedom I've been waiting for. This is the freedom of the Lord. Hey, this is the joy. This is the joy that I've been waiting for. The joy.
All right, family, it is time to support your spiritual center and help us take this message global. Made it so easy for you to support UpChurch. Contributions to our ministry can be made online. You can text UpChurch to 73256, or you can go to upchurch.org and click on the give button, or you can make your gift via Cash App. Our Cash App ID is $UpChurchLA, or you can mail in your gift. And remember, we have a new mailing address, 3108 Glendale Boulevard, number 547, Los Angeles, 90039. Would you read along with me? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust God. All right, let's back up that blessing with a declaration. We want to send this seed out with energy, enthusiasm, and expectancy. I am in the flow. I give generously and I receive abundantly. I am a massive giver and a gracious receiver. All right, family, let's have some announcements, and then I'll be back to close us out.
Hey up church family, it's Sarah here, and it's already time to start thinking about Father's Day. The time to submit your video tributes is now. We've created a Google form where you can easily upload your video. Simply go to upchurch.org/announcements to find it. We want to make this Father's Day the best one yet. We can't wait to see all your touching tributes to the father and father figures in your life. Thank you so much in advance for your contributions, and God bless.
Hey up church family, I have 2 announcements for you from the spiritual education team. The first is that we are open for classes. Our summer semester has started and you are invited. It's not too late to register and join our classes. We have Basic Truth Principles 2 and we have Bible 5. Those are the 2 classes being taught this semester. Bible 5 takes place on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific. It's led by John Downey. It is a dynamic course. It's a metaphysical study of the Gospels, the 4 Gospels. So I want you to go ahead and you'll be so enriched by this depth of study. And then secondly, you can join me on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. for Lessons in Truth. It's a Basic Truth Principles course, and it is amazing. The material that we're working with is Lessons in Truth by H.A. Millie Katie. You're going to enjoy it. Go ahead and enroll today. It's not too late to join. All of these classes are held virtually, so you can take them from the comfort of your own home. I look forward to seeing you in one of our classes. Now, my second announcement is about honoring our students. We have Student Award Day coming up on the 4th Sunday this month. Now, the 4th Sunday is going to be our in-person Sunday service. And so we're going to get to cheer and yell for our young students who are crossing the stage, who will be honored by their parents for the hard work they've done this summer. Parents, I need you to send in those acknowledgments so that we can create an amazing award. I want you to upload your tribute videos for your students because we're going to make it so special like we do each and every year. Now, for my adult learners, you may have had an accomplishment this year. You may have had an academic success. Maybe you finished a program, got a certificate. We want to honor you at our graduation Student Award Day. So I want to invite you to fill out the form as well. We are acknowledging all of our learners, all of our people who are growing and seeking more wisdom and meeting these amazing milestones in their lives. We want to honor you. We just need to know what you've accomplished, what you want to celebrate. So there's a link that you can get to in our announcements, and it is also in our at upchurch.org. Just go to upchurch.org and you can find the information you need to upload your tribute. Don't delay. Don't delay. Take action today. We want to honor you. We want to celebrate you. We want to see you for the growth, for the enthusiasm, for the newness that you are bringing into expression. Looking forward to celebrating you on the 4th Sunday of June, our in-person service, Student Award Day. See you there.
Has today not been amazing? Has it not been just absolutely delicious? Thank you so much, John. That was exquisite and just right on point and exactly what we needed for today. I thank you, everyone who has been a part of this service today. I bless you to take what you have heard and to stand it on its feet. And I encourage you to go out now, to be God in action, to be that powerful spiritual being that we know that you are. I bless you to make the choices for the life that you desire, to trust that your choices are seeds and those seeds are going to germinate. It really is all about you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And thank you for supporting Up Church. Thank you for supporting this ministry and just continuing to be a part of this. I can't wait to see you later this month. We'll be in person on Sunday, June 26th. We'll be at 600 West Queen Street in Inglewood, California. It's going to be a really just powerful experience. Come worship with us. Of course, we will also have our live stream. So if you are participating with us virtually, you will be able to join in. And I can't wait to see you and just love on you and just experience you in person. I want to remind you that we have a mask policy for indoors. And so we're asking that when you come, please wear your masks. For those that will be speaking, me, Reverend Sheree, the musicians, we will have a COVID test and a negative COVID test. So you can trust that anyone that is there, that isn't in a mask, that's speaking, has gone through the testing process and has come through with flying colors. We are relearning how to do life in this new setting, and relearning how to do, I shouldn't say life, but relearning how to do church, and it's going to be good. All right, let's take our prayer for protection, and then we will see you in the after party. Would you read along with me? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and so it is. All right, family, I'll see you soon. Take care.